do not have an intro, but I have my very first transport ride in any of the zoos. We are the Cold Climate Zoo, and we are on top of the mountain, and what better to put into a mountain than a cable car? Or so I thought, because I've never used it before, and I expected a teeny tiny, decent, sweet, skinny little cable that these gondolas would go off, but no, it has giant support structures. I did not expect that, but we're gonna stick with it because I've already planned it. I'm also not sure if it works, but we're just gonna, it's there, okay? Imagine a cable car. We're building a station for that, the station up top of the mountain. There will also be a station down near the entrance. But I wanted it to be there because I want to finish up this like mountain area so that we can have a little bit of a tour. I think we're like a third of the way through once we've finished the mountainous area here. Or maybe even like halfway through. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, definitely want to finish up the mountain so that you can have like a consecutive tour without seeing like unfinished places. And then have a tour and then continue the rest of the park. So I wanted this to be done despite not having the lower station or any of the tracks in yet. But I wanted to build a station. It's a very modern station. I quite like how it turned out. However, I will say it's not really finished. I mean, the building is finished. It's not detailed. I wish I did detail it more, but my computer was really getting on my nerves yesterday. This was a roller coaster to get out. So first of all, my computer, it wasn't crashing. My desk, the screen went black all the time. And so I had to restart my computer so many times because sometimes like flickered and went black and went back to the game. And it was like, then I had to check the recording. Sometimes it showed up in the it showed up in a recording, but like it would, like the image would flick, so to stop and redo stuff, and it was so annoying. And then sometimes I had to restart it. I had to restart it a few times. So obviously then always, end the recording and all the programs, everything. And then I like to have something on in the background, so you also, you stop the podcast or the YouTube video, whatever you have on in the background, and you pull that everything up again and then play for 10 minutes and then it happens again, and it's not so much annoying as it is infuriating. I was just mad after sometimes. So I honestly I wanted to be done, and it already took longer than I thought it was going to take. And it's quite funny because I can tell you exactly when in the video I had this moment of like, oh, this won't take long anymore. Like, I'm almost done. And then I decided to work on the front, and I was like, no, we're not done yet. But yeah, it's like I said, I will add more detail to it. I'm not happy with the detailage amount here, but that was not happening. Also, it was so late. This took way longer than I intended it to. Just the overall recording was longer than I thought. But then also, like, obviously all the restarting and everything, and the calming myself down because I was so mad. That took a while. And so it was so late at night. It was not late at night. It was early in the morning when I was done. And honestly, obviously, I have not edited any of it yet. So, then today I was like, well, you have stuff to do today. You better wake up early. So I tried, and then I fell back asleep in the middle of the day. That was not planned. And I woke up, about 7 minutes before I wanted to post this video. So I was like, not edited, no voiceover, no nothing. Barely done the build. I figured, if you wake up very early, if everything goes to plan, maybe you have some time to do. No details, no. So it was either detailless or no video at all. So I went with detailless. We are going to go through the zoo and at details at a later point anyway. So probably before the tour, we can just like do that together, have a chit chat. while we do that. But for now, the station is there, it's done, but it's not detailed. It looks empty. It looks like the interior company that was going to deliver anything, they just went bankrupt. That's what it looks like. Like it's not in business yet. But it's built. And okay, so I was so then I had all of this edited, and I started the voiceover, and for some reason my neighbors kept flushing the toilets, and usually I don't think it picks up, but because it was so often, I was like, well, if it does pick up, then it sounds like I'm just constantly flushing a toilet in the background. So I had to restart. And before that, that was kind of funny actually. I usually have it turned off that I can hear myself while I'm talking, because like Premiere gives you like a feedback of your voice, if that makes sense. And I hate that. It throws me off. And so I had earphones plugged into my computer, and I didn't notice, and they were playing it, but it was like faint distant because I didn't have the earphones in. So I was like, what is this voice? Like it was my own voice, just like delayed a bit. But yeah, so I had to also redo the voiceover a few times now, but now it's going great. Yeah, it's also pretty long of a video. Usually right now the videos are kind of idling at about like 15 to 12 minutes, which is perfect, I think. But yeah, I couldn't get this any shorter. I already cut out some stuff here. And yeah, now we're building the front. We're gonna do stairs and a wheelchair ramp that took quite some time to figure out. I cut out all the parts that it took forever to figure out, because I didn't know which to go to which side. At first I wanted, like it's now, the stairs to be on the right and the ramp to be on the left, but see, now I switched it because I realized there was not enough space to the right. No, the left. So yeah, we're building the ramp on the right and the stairs on the left. I can tell right and left, but it takes, I always have to think about it. It's not immediately there, which is funny. I don't know if I've ever said that, but I was like on a dance team, like a professional championship dance team, like as pretty much half my life. So you should think that a dancer knows left from right from learning choreography. I do not. And funny thing is, our choreographer did not. Yeah. Now you know that. I don't think I've ever said that before, but yeah. No, I do think I said it before. I think I said, maybe. I stopped when COVID hit because for some reason that made me realize that I didn't do it because I liked it. I did it because I always did it, and it just made me rethink that and stop. But I don't know. I mean, I still like the people, and I still appreciate that I did that, because dancing is like the perfect way to get self-esteem. But I don't know. Dancing itself just wasn't fun. Like I even liked the competitions and everything, but just like dance practice, I was just like, I don't know. I don't even like this. And I think I've even at one point said, like, if it was a different sport, I might continue to do it. But just dancing, I don't know. I didn't like it anymore. Yeah, so I stopped when COVID was around. Like, when we had like online dance practice, which was not it. But yeah, I also, I don't know. I thought about quitting before that, so it wasn't like irrational decision just because I didn't like online practice. It was, I don't know, I've been talking to my coach before that about quitting and not really enjoying it anymore, because it was, I don't know, it was hard because obviously it's a big part of your life, but I don't know. In the end, I'm happy that I did it, because I also moved to a different city, so I'd have to drive to another city like multiple times a week for practice, and early in the morning too. So that was also part of it. That was just not it anymore. And for me, it was never like I'm gonna go to a different studio or anything. No, because they were really good, which is like a dumb reason, but it's, I don't know, it's part of it, right? You don't, if you've done it to be at competitions and everything, you're gonna want to have a studio that's good. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't fun. Why would I continue to do it? So yeah. Now you know that. I don't know if I've said that before, but yeah. Well, this ramp thing, I do think it needs signs. The whole front of this needs signs. There's nothing saying like cable car station. But here's the thing. At this point, what you're seeing right now, I probably did it like 5 a.m. My English was not there to build signs. My English was not there to think what signs would you need. How is anything called? Where am I? Who am I? I was just done at this point. But I knew that I was not going to build today. I knew that that was not going to happen. I knew that whatever I would manage to do before I fell asleep was going to be the build. So I stick through it and did that. But yeah, I don't know. It's always stressful for me to get the Saturday video out because I'm usually at my parents' place over the weekend, and I can't bring anything to my parents' place to play Planet Zoo. So it's always like stressful to get it out before I go. And even now, my mom is waiting for me. Like I said, I wanted to be done by 6 p.m. It is like almost 7 p.m. And yeah, well, I wanted to be done this, like midway through the day, and then I fell asleep. I don't know. That was not it. Also, Animal Crossing is going great. I will say that having something new and exciting is also a bit stressful when I still want to play Planet Zoo. It's not that I don't want to play Planet Zoo anymore. It's just that, when you have something new and exciting, all your ideas suddenly for that new and exciting thing. So, well, that's not even it. You know what it is? It's that it's very cold and you can take the Switch to your bed and you can't take Planet Zoo to your bed. I think that is more it. Because, like, I'll be sitting there thinking, wow, I really want to play Planet Zoo, but this is so much more comfortable. So yeah, it's very cold. Also, I always take pride in not turning on my heating, which is, like, dumb. I don't know why I do it. It's not even like, I mean, this year it's very expensive, right? But I never want to turn on my heat. I'm always like when people are like, oh, tonight I turned on the heat for the first time because it gotten so cold. I'm like, I'm not. And I'll stick it out till like mid-January. Have I said that word before? Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. The first month of the year, I try to wait for as long as I can. I always get like, you get paid back for you have to, I don't know if that's a German thing, but you have to pay up front for heating and then either pay more at a later point or you get back what you didn't use. And I always get back so much that my landlord, she has a company that like does the math or something, and she said that the company called her and asked if she submitted the right numbers because I didn't use the heating, like I had an unusually low number of heating, and but it was the right numbers. I just, but I also love a hoodie, so I'm always in a hoodie. If I see people in a t-shirt at home, I'm like, what are you doing? It's hoodie time. So maybe that's why I'm never cold. And it's like, I mean, it's not like I'm never cold, but like I appreciate being in my warm cozy bed with the Switch now. And so it's very hard to get up from that. But yeah, I don't know. Oh god, I wish my laptop wasn't so shit. So I could just play Planet Zoo in bed. It's not like it's not a good laptop. It's a very good laptop, but have I said this before? I was infuriated. The mechanism of closing and opening it broke. And it broke after like a couple of months of having this very expensive laptop that is perfectly capable of running everything on high graphics. But the plastic all around it is not made for this type of heat. So it broke, it crumbled, and I wish I was like exaggerating, but it did crumble. And my dad opened it, because my dad is like very handy with this stuff. And my dad opened it, and when he opened it, there was like little pieces of plastic like pouring out like salt from inside. So that was not good. And it was basically there was a plastic board that the hinge was screwed to, and the entire plastic thing was just like broken into little pieces. So the hinge is just like, it's not connected to anything anymore. So you can't use this laptop like a laptop because it has to be propped up against something so that it doesn't like just like flop flat, you know, because it won't hold up anymore. And that's the big issue with it. It's not like the laptop is bad, it's just that you can't use it elsewhere, and then sometimes the connection to the screen stops, like yesterday, and it's not even like reliably happening, you know, that I would know, okay, if it overheats then it happens, or if I play this in that game it happens. No, it's just like randomly. I can sometimes play for days or hours and nothing happens, and sometimes I start the PC and I open Spotify and it's done, PC over. And I tried if it's like about wiggling, I tried if it's a certain angle that I have to prop it up. it I don't know, it's just random and it's so infuriating. But I don't know, these type of laptops are so expensive, and there's no guarantee that if you get a new one that it's not going to have the same issue, you know, because most laptops are not really built to have that type of components. I mean, if they sell it like that, they should be, but whatever. But yeah, that was why I'm so infuriated with my laptop all the time. Yeah, I actually want to talk about Animal Crossing, but I guess not. So yeah, I think I'll just leave you with some music, and then we have a quick real-time tour about this, and then I can finally post the video. Okay. Don't the polar bears just have the absolute best view of the station? So if you're a polar bear, enjoy, but we're not a polar bear. We are a visitor. And if we are a visitor, we are coming from the skunk habitat. So this is how you walk up to it. This is the skunk habitat that we built in the last episode. This is the skunk house over here. But you walk up to this. I will probably do some signage over here and just like so that it's not like, what is this mysterious building? So yeah, we have the ramp and we have some stairs. I kind of quickly want to show you, this is like the best sneak peek for the polar bears. And I mean, we gotta do something here because like this doesn't really make that much sense. At least close this planter off, I guess. But I don't know. I guess my brain didn't work like that yesterday. I've not looked at it since yesterday. Also here's supposed to be something, I don't know. This is the exit, actually. It should say that somewhere, right? Well, and then I guess, I don't know, I want like screens here and everything. And then right here, this, I also forgot to cover up these things, but so yeah, I thought it was pretty nice to have someone stand here. I think that's like perfect. Like this is the waiting area, but obviously there's like a waiting like a path underneath this, but and this is the best waiting. Like you can look down onto the waterfall. and obviously the polar bears. I think this is the best look at the polar bears ever. You also kind of see the entrance from here. I didn't notice. But like, I love this. There's a polar bear. So I think this is the best waiting room ever. And you also see the departure pretty well. So I love the view from this. Like, this is the entire reason I wanted it right here. And I wanted this like huge glass wall. And I'm really into these like glass corners right now. And so yeah, this is the actual gondola thing. I noticed that it doesn't make that much sense, because if you can't never take this one, right? You would always have to take this one, but the entrance to it is here, so you'd have to squeeze through. I don't know. It doesn't make that much sense. But basically this is the entrance and you would walk in here. I have never looked at how this really looks. I know that there's usually like these, like something to help, you know, make sure that if someone falls down, they're not falling down. But this doesn't feel safe. But at the same time, like, it has to be open because the gondola has to go through, right? But yeah, that's something to think about. And yeah, I'm not sure if I stick with the color, but I did think that if we zoom out here, that this color would probably look pretty nice when you are on the bridge, and like, it wouldn't really obstruct the view that much if it was like a green grayish color, which is ideally, you know, what we're going for. And I just think this gondola ride is gonna have the best views. Like, imagine being here and you just look up into that mountain range. Like, isn't that crazy? So I knew I wanted a gondola here. Didn't think it was gonna be that chunky, but you know. But yeah, this is what it is. I hope that you liked it. I hope to see you around another time. Maybe for the rest of these little areas over here. And yeah, see you next time. Bye!